Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the School Safety Free Period. I'm Amanda Klinger.
And I'm Dr. Amy Klinger.
I got a surprise for you every time to introduce yourself. Should I introduce you as well?
No, I can do it.
It's like you forget your name, you forget you're supposed to say it.
No, I'm busy trying to get myself ready.
Okay.
Psyched up.
Well, we're with the Educators School Safety Network. We're a national nonprofit organization. We provide school safety training and resources and technical assistance to schools throughout the United States and Canada. But if you have been with us before, you know that this is our school safety free period where we're a little bit less serious and we're a little bit less academic because typically we're pretty serious and pretty academic. But we have a little bit of fun and we talk about all true things.
Although they're not always fun, but they can be funny.
True. But we do also still have some takeaways, and we do have some serious discussion, but we have a little bit more fun during our free period. So, you ready?
So the way this works is I typically, or one of us, but usually me, I typically have a situation that I'm telling Amanda about, and it's the first time she's heard it, just like you. And then we sort of unpack it and talk about, like, can you believe it? And then what maybe we might have liked to have seen done a bit differently.
I'm ready.
Today, we are traveling to Arizona.
Question before you begin. How funny, like, should I be prepared to really funny or just like a little funny?
Just shaking my head.
Oh,
funny.
shaking my head.
Shaking my head funny.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah. So here we are in Phoenix, and we have in Arizona. Not want to say where. And we have a preparatory school. So this is not a public school.
Okay.
So this is a private school. But guess what? They have senior pranks. Senior pranks, what could go wrong? They're so funny, you know? Kids get to be seniors, and we just let them do whatever the heck they want under the guise of a senior prank. So they have a senior prank, and just like you would do in any school, you're going to videotape the prank, right?
Oh, okay.
And you put it on the school's Facebook page. Because isn't this a great representation of the school? Like, well, you know, like this senior prank. And so you put it on Facebook. You know, the administration is supporting this and puts it on Facebook, the video of the prank. Okay?
How good-natured must this prank have
Yeah,
been?
isn't it funny?
Okay, all right.
Okay, so maybe you want to know what the prank was.
Yeah.
So the prank begins, and this just happened 2 weeks ago, so this is pretty recent. The prank begins, get ready for it because it's funny. The prank begins with their closed circuit TV system coming on with a video of a simulated kidnapping.
What?
A simulated kidnapping played for the whole school. Funny to begin with. I know you're in stitches. And then it's followed by a warning similar to something that would be seen on your national, the emergency broadcast system. And let me just read what they said.
Uh-huh.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the senior purge. Water guns and super soakers have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Staff and faculty have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the sirens, any and all shooting of water guns will be legal. May the Falcon be with you all. So then, as if that's not funny enough, senior class representatives come into the classrooms wearing masks with water guns and burst into the classrooms and open fire. Because how could that not be funny to have? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Wait,
hilarious hijinks ensue.
do we know if the administration knew about this ahead of time?
Oh, yeah, because they put it on their Facebook page.
Right, but...
And you can also see a picture of this representation of them wearing the masks. And now this funny prank is modeled after the movie The Purge from 2013.
Which, spoiler alert, I haven't seen the movie, wasn't about water guns.
Well, here's what the movies page does. It's one night when the citizenry regulates itself without thought of punishment. That's what we try to put forth in schools, is we try to put forth the idea of just, have at it. Go to town.
Huh. Okay.
So that happens. People get themselves a little bit upset.
Yeah.
One of the alumni said, I don't think it was their goal to make it look like a school shooting by any means. To which my response is, what in the
Then what
heck
was the goal?
did you think it was going to look like when you had people burst into classrooms with simulated weapons after announcing that you were going to be purging? What exactly did you think it was going to look like? Did you think it was going to look like, what, a square dance? What did you think it was going to look like exactly?
I was thinking a maypole when you said square dance. I was thinking, what do you think it would look like, a maypole? So that, I guess that sort of says where it sort of dates us. Well, here's a question that I have. Why... I still don't understand if the administration... So yes, they must have known it, and they must have been okay with it because they put it on the Facebook page. Beforehand, they must have approved this whole thing. If it was on the school's closed circuit TV.
Let me speak to that.
Okay.
Strangely enough, after this little brouhaha, the administrators have declined to speak with anyone about the situation. Not surprisingly.
Closed ranks.
However, the Phoenix Police Department has indicated that the administration approached an off-duty officer on campus to advise him about the prank and ask for help, making sure it was done safely.
Oh.
And the officer advised against the plan.
There, I was going to say...
But after being told the prank was happening anyways, checked the water gun, zip tying them so people would know they had been checked.
What? So when someone bursts in, I should
You
know,
can
check
look
for a
the
zip tie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yikes.
Correct. Yeah. So people, got themselves a little bit cranked up. So, it's always good to have the parents' viewpoint. So here's one. This is the Facebook post. My child is a senior at wherever, and all these kids were trying to do is have fun. I was told about it before the prank, and the kids are having fun. If your child doesn't attend the school, you shouldn't be worrying about what happens there.
You know what else is fun? Throwing a rock through a windshield. That's fun.
Well, as long as you tell them in advance.
What the heck?
You know what we intend to do? We intend to pull the freshmen out of class and beat the living daylights out of them.
Yeah. So having fun is the only rubric with which we are concerning ourselves.
Well, here's the other parent. This was just a funny, harmless prank. Stop freaking out and making it more than it is. Calm down. It was just a joke. So therein is where we go, yeah. And I guess that's one of the object lessons.
How are we going to have a takeaway from this? Because the takeaway is no, don't.
Well, the takeaway is just because you're a senior and you want to have a prank doesn't mean you can literally do anything you want in the name of harmless fun.
Sacrifice.
Making quotes.
Sacrifice of goats, fun,
harmless
can do it.
Fun. That's takeaway number one. And and I think the senior pranks are getting perhaps maybe getting a little out of control, but certainly this one is. And why are we doing a senior prank in September? Was my next question.
Well, we start the purge. Start it now. Start it early. They're going to get you wet all year. What I don't understand is, if you want to have senior pranks, that's okay, but there are so many things that you could do that would be funny.
And should they be sanctioned by the school?
Well, that is a different discussion, but there are so many things that you could do that would be funny and delightful.
Well, according to parents on Facebook, this was funny and delightful.
But that's what I'm saying. If the only way that you could do a prank is that I'm going to punch a freshman, that's a prank. Well, then let's not have pranks. But there are so many things that you could do as a prank that would be funny and delightful and not scary.
As long as you say that it's all harmless fun, you could pretty much do what you want. And I think, and that's my takeaway from this, is at what point are we going to stop accepting, I was kidding, it was a joke, as an excuse? That doesn't work in an airport. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work when you punch somebody in public and say, oh, I was just kidding, it was just a joke. I mean, we as a society have established that you can't have everything be, it's funny. And I understand we don't want people to be overly sensitive. Everybody needs to maintain a sense of humor. I understand all that. But doing idiot things under the guise of, I was kidding, or more specifically, doing dangerous things, things that are pseudo-violent, and doing those with the idea that I'm kidding is problematic. And then that, as an administration, you're like, yeah, we're cool with this.
Well, they're not speaking to anybody. They must not be that cool. I mean, they must have sanctioned it at the time.
I hope somebody is rethinking their choice of their line of work at this point, because
Yikes.
that's real problematic.
Well, and we've talked in prior episodes before about, threatening speech, quote unquote
That's
threatening.
what I'm saying. How
threatening
often do we
speech.
see that? I'm just joking. Just kidding.
Right, and we have to come to some sort of a common sense of you just don't talk like that. It's 2017. We have shooting events. We have people in ski masks. It's not like you feigned an alien landing. It's not War of the Worlds on the radio and people freaking out. I mean, these things happen. So you don't say I'm going to burn down the school. You don't have a water gun fake purge with ski masks. You just don't do stuff like that.
Well, I don't think that the school is not going to be reaching out to the community and saying you can't do this, or you and the privacy of your home can't joke about these things. You can have your own, if you want to have your own family purge, knock yourself out. But as a school, we should not be sanctioning.
Can we have a family purge in our family?
Later on. We'll have a purge later.
Can we not tell anyone else and just you and I
Maybe we've had one, and that's why we're the only two left.
Well, I think we should not tell anyone else. They don't listen to this podcast. Not tell anyone else in the family.
And still
on Christmas Day, you and I show up, burst in, ski masks, family purge.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That's how most people celebrate Christmas,
But as a school, we should not be sanctioning that and saying that it's okay to do these things with the bitter, horrific history. The sensitivity there even is a little bit ridiculous, that you are not sensitive to the fact that, there are really shootings in school. And you know what? Kids really are afraid that someone's going to burst in their classroom and start shooting.
Yeah. And can't we think of anything else to have as a prank? I mean, that's the thing with the language, with the threats. It's just lazy. Then you can't think of anything else to say. You can't think of anything else to do as your joke.
I wouldn't be as upset about it if the kids did it on their own. You can say, well, that's poor judgment on the part of the kids.
Sure.
But when it's sanctioned by the administration and they're using school resources like the closed circuit TV to do that.
Right. Someone should have known better. I mean, if it was kids, okay, maybe the kids didn't know better. But if there's adults sanctioning this, they need to know better.
It's a problem.
Yikes.
So there you go. So
okay.
I guess word to the wise, as you're thinking of your senior pranks as we continue, let's not do anything with like atomic bombs. Not funny. Do we have to like stipulate what's not funny anymore? It's to sort of say, simulated death and destruction, not so funny.
I think, an atomic bomb is probably gauche as a senior prank, but it is less realistic than a school shooting. Yeah. So in that sense, it would maybe be a better choice. Still not a great choice.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, is now the good time to say what the senior prank that my best friend and I pulled off by ourselves in high school? This is, I think, very telling. The reason I want to say it, number one, is because I'm excited to say, but number two is because I think it's a very good example of a senior prank that is truly harmless. So what we did, and this will sort of age me of how old I am when I was in high school, we wrote what looked like an email between the two of us with this really elaborate, like completely unrealistic plan as a senior of what we were doing as the senior prank, and then we quote unquote accidentally printed it to the printer in the teacher lounge.
It's like early WikiLeaks.
So we leaked we had I don't even remember what we said that we were going to do, but we had no intention of doing any of it. It wasn't destructive. It was just like ridiculous, outlandish stuff that you couldn't have even done. And the prank was that we printed it to the teacher's lounge on purpose. And then everyone freaked out, and they were like, and anyone who's planning on doing you can't do that as a senior prank. And so, harmless senior prank.
I don't think we had a senior prank. We must have been lazy. Or maybe we were just busy, having fun and not trying to come up with a prank.
Well, and the senior prank my freshman year was, all of the seniors parked their cars at the mall and rode little kid bicycles and tricycles from the mall to the school and parked them in their senior parking spots. Completely, and actually I think they had a police escort because they rode their little kid tricycles on the real road. Completely harmless prank, very funny. No one was worried, no one was injured, no one was upset. So it can be done.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us for very exciting. I feel like this was a pretty sanctimonious episode of the School Safety Free Period.
Well, I love to try to see the other side. I love to try to defend the administration.
Yeah, it was tough here.
I love to try to see how parents are coming from, but this one's tough.
Yeah.
This one tends to be a slam dunk in the just not a good idea department.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so thanks for joining us. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you have something too incredible to be true, but it actually is true, you can always send it to us, info@eschoolsafety.org. That's our website, eschoolsafety.org. We have tons of resources and information and training and all sorts of different things. And any other questions that you have, you can send them to us. We love to answer questions and help folks out. So thanks for joining us.
Bye.